the cosmos. It is once again your ubiquitous interstellar vagabond Random Toxie. And I'm in here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 24 in VR on PSVR2. Woohoo! I've got my hands and everything. So I'm going to be using the controllers. I know that it supports HOTAS and all this other stuff. I'm just going to use the controllers because I like being able to flip the switches manually. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm in my AT6 Texan. I'll turn it off here for just a second. So you guys can see what it looks like from the outside. Come on. Let's leave that off. Just switch the alternator off. Oh, I can just choke the thing. There we go. All right, cool. So we'll take a look from the outside. Already got my flight plan set up. I'm here in Long Beach Airport, good old Doherty Field, my old stomping grounds from forever. I've flown out of this airport several times. In fact, one of my friends from high school actually owned a plane, and we used to fly out of there we would fly here out to Catalina, which was fun. So here it is. The graphics on this are amazing looking. So that's pretty cool. Now I do have, this is the upgraded Southern California area. So the buildings are looking really good. Some of the other buildings I was flying around earlier, they look, well, in the demo thing, or not the demo, but the beta. The buildings look like they were all kind of melted and stuff. Now, I don't know if that was around here. I think it was around here because I was flying around Long Beach early and it looked like they were all melted. Or a while ago, rather. But we'll go ahead and get back here on a little plane and check this out here. All right, so let's get the fuel back up. I need to learn the controls so I can do stuff like the throttle without having to actually grab it, because you can use your foot pedals and the rudder with the joysticks. But I'm not sure how to do that. Okay, so engine not started. Oh well, see, here's a problem right there. I don't have a down arrow. Bummer. Otherwise I would. Anyway, I know how to start this plane anyhow, so. Master's on. Fuel's up, get a little bit of juice. I've been playing Flight Simulator since like the 80s, so I'm pretty familiar with how to work most of the avionics. Oh, I'm gonna hold it down. Look at that prop. Come on. Why is it not firing up? 100% mixture. 100% prop. There we go. Cool. So let's go. We'll continue on our happy little course here. Gonna kick the brake off. So we're going crazy all over the place on this airport. Crossing the runway here on 30 Juliet. So L1 is the brakes. That's a very good thing to know. Yeah, look at this. I'm just taxiing. This looks amazing. And like I said, I don't think this is a special airport or anything. It's just Long Beach. But maybe that's set up with that. I don't know. Hello. I wish you could slide the canopy back. That'd be so cool in this. Because this canopy does slide back in real life on this plane. Alright, now I'm confused as to where I'm supposed to go here. You want me to go like all over the place? You want me to go around in a circle? Okay. They do want me to go around in a circle. So yeah, so far the graphics are just really good in this. I mean, I'm sure they look better on the flat screen, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, this is the best I've seen them in VR at least. I guess they fixed the beta, or fixed the graphics in the beta. See, there's still some trees that are still kind of glompy, but for the most part, none of the buildings look like they've been melted with acid dropping on them or anything. I picked the Texan just to test this out because I really like this plane. It's they used it as a trainer in World War II for the Navy pilots. So, well, maybe Air Force pilots too, I don't know. A little nudge while I'm taxiing here. And hopefully this weird terrain doesn't like bump my plane into the shadow realm or anything. Slow down a little bit there. Damn it. Here we go. I know you want to. So yeah, tail draggers are always kind of fun trying to taxi. That's why I'm kind of looking out the side of my windows here. And I haven't figured out how to do the camera change view yet in VR, at least. But look at this cockpit, the light and everything, fantastic. Okay, hold short. Runway 30. Well, relatively short. Oh, should actually be hitting the brake button. That would be nice. Well, let's see what they say on the radio here. Cruise takeoff clearance, VFR. There we go.
On Beach Tower, random taxi Charlie Foxtrot 8647. Ready for straight out departure at runway 30.
Random taxi Charlie Foxtrot 8647. Altimeter 29092 straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 30.
Roger that.
Cleared for takeoff runway 30. Random taxi Charlie Foxtrot 8647.
All right. So okay, the graphics are a little blurry. I mean, they're not as sharp as they would be on flat screen, but you know what? The fact that you get to do this in VR is pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to give it about 60% power, and I could give it a little bit of flaps, but I should be fine. There, speed. Okay, good enough. Time to rotate. Okay, where were the gears again? Nope. cars. No, they were over here. Oh shit! What was that? Huh? I think I did a tail slam or something. There's the gear. Gear up. Come on. God damn it. See, this is the kind of crap that I don't want to deal with. And the gear's up. Alright. This is looking really good. This is way better than the beta was. The beta was like a mess, but this looks awesome. Let's fly downtown. You can see the Queen Mary.
Random taxi Charlie Foxtrot 8647, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Yeah, roger that.
Long Beach Tower, random taxi Charlie Foxtrot 8647, frequency change.
Wow, this is really nice. Okay, so my only complaint so far is I don't know the controls very well. It's nice to be able to use the things manually and flip them around, but I want to have control over the throttle without having to grab the throttle, you know what I mean? And there's flaps. So I'm sure it's like a combination of R1 and something else, or R2, whatever. Here's downtown Long Beach. And there's the three islands out there that were named after the Apollo 1 astronauts after that accident. There's the Queen Mary over there. We're going to fly over that in a sec. Okay, yeah, they cleaned this up since the beta, because the beta was all gooey looking, but there's the Hotel Riviera right there. And there's the Long Beach Grand Prix Shoreline Drive there. Oh, they got a Carnival cruise ship there, nice. So those who are not familiar with Long Beach environs, that's the Queen Mary. It's the old ship from the 30s. It was decommissioned and put here in Long Beach Harbor back in 1967. That white building there was the dome rather was designed by Buckminster Fuller. There's a bunch of railroad cars down there. That's cool. And that was the Spruce Goose housing for many decades, and then they moved it to Oregon for some strange reason, although I don't know why. There's a Carnival cruise ship down there. It's pretty cool. But yeah, they moved the Spruce Goose, the Hercules flying boat, the Howard Hughes one, that was built here in Long Beach and was stationed in Long Beach for years. For decades, it was just sitting around. Oh, there's Shoreline Village. That's cool. And there's the aquarium. That's the Long Beach Aquarium down there. Very nice. Wow, yeah, these graphics have really improved. There's the Long Beach Arena, which has a Wyland mural in it, painted by a bunch of whales. Of course, it looks pretty faded at this point, because I was painted about 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It was a while ago. Okay. The marina looks much better than it did before. It's all screwed up. And here's the port of Los Angeles, where I'm sure they probably wouldn't want me flying around here. But this is where all the containers come in. All of this area here, like the Spruce Goose, used to be like the end of the land basically, and they built all this out into the harbor so they could have more container storage. And in real life, these containers are out of control crazy, stacked up 10 stories high or 10 levels high. Yeah, this is all new territory. So yeah, they unload the cargo, Then they load them on the intermodal trains, and then they bring them down to downtown Los Angeles, and they load them up on trucks and ship them out to everywhere else in the United States, pretty much. How's our fuel? I didn't even check that. Is the fuel? No, it's carby. Okay. There's a fuel gauge. It's kind of weird. Anyway. Hey, I think I'll fly over by Dana Point, which is a very pretty place. There's San Pedro over there. And that's looking pretty nice. Well, this plane's nice and stable. I haven't trimmed it out or anything. It's just staying at 1,000 feet. Well, now it's climbing, but there's more trains and stuff over there. Yeah, this whole port. This is the port of Los Angeles. It is the largest seaport on the western coast. And if everything came in on a cargo container, it's more than chances are more than likely that it came in to Long Beach. Oh. There's the Vincent Thomas Bridge. That's a toll bridge that's down there. I don't know if they charge toll anymore. It was a toll bridge for like 30-some years, and I think it's more than paid for itself by now. There used to be a big old crane out here, too, called Herman the German. It was one of those big old cranes like that. It was a crane that was captured in World War II and disassembled and brought back here. It was a German crane. And the Russians took one too, and then eventually we decided, hey, you know what, Germany, would you like to have your crane back? So we disassembled it and sent it back there. I think the Russians kept theirs, but, you know. And, oh, yeah, here's this is a drawbridge. It's here in Long Beach. It's pretty cool. The drawbridge still operates, but they have a larger road that goes over it now, so they don't have to raise it as much. Used to be an old Ford plant in this area, and a bunch of refineries and stuff. You know, that's where Ford built a bunch of Model Ts and stuff in this area. Oh, let's go check out the Iowa. Now I'm thinking about it. This is the new bridge. There was an old bridge that was like more of a cantilever type thing, but they've built this recently and just opened it. That's cool to see that. If you want to see the original bridge, if you see the movie Head with the monkeys, that's the bridge that they're running over at the very beginning of it and throughout the film. Oh yeah, Iowa's gonna be over here. Wow, these graphics! Wow, they really fixed this. Looks really nice, and especially since you get to see it in VR. It's insane. But yeah, it's just nice being able to fly straight and like look around and be like, oh hey, look at that down there, neat. Man, all these trains around. You don't really get a good sense of how massive this place is until you see it from the air like that. It's all over the place. All right, so Iowa should be right over there. There it is. Oh, I could be a smartass and fly under the bridge. I think I will. Oh, this is something very illegal that they don't want you to do. Flying under the bridge. Okay, here's the Iowa. This is the official USS Iowa from World War II. Okay, it looks a little gunky, but whatever. But, yeah, they brought it here as an exhibit. Princess Cruise Lines used to launch around where the Iowa is now. And there's a bunch of boats. There used to be a place over here called Fisherman's Wharf that is no longer there. No, Port of Call, that was what it was called. So there's some buildings left of it. But it was a cool, funky little place. We used to go there all the time because they had restaurants and neat little shops and stuff. And this building, you may notice that from Gran Turismo if you've played that at all. It's a famous port building. It was like one of the old original buildings made here in the port. And there it is. There's another tanker there. Oh yeah, Port of Call, an interesting little tidbit. When I was a kid, there was a super tanker that blew up in the harbor. Just went boom, boom, boom. And all the windows at Port of Call were shattered out because of the shock wave from it. And they found like a 16-ton plate of the ship at the top of Palo Verde Peninsula over there. That's kind of terrifying because you can see where it was. I mean, that's it was kind of like near where the Iowa was. That's like miles away. Just the force of the explosion. Boom. Rancho Palos Verdes Peninsula. There's Zamperini Field. That's where the Goodyear blimp is stationed. So we should be seeing, I don't know, we're going to see Gaffey Street. The Vincent Thomas Bridge comes up off of a place called Gaffey Street. It's like kind of the main thoroughfare there in San Pedro. And there's an old town San Pedro that was really cool and funky. I went through there a few. So this is probably it right here, come to think of it. Oh, and there's an amazing pizza place called Buratino's that makes like this big giant like 100 pepperoni pizza. I want it. However, I am 2,000 miles away. Oh, I wonder if we can see the old marine land. I used to be on the peninsula over here. Oh, so this area here, this little road, is called Portuguese Bend. This section, I don't know why it's called Portuguese Bend, but that's just the name of it. You may see a bunch of shifting road work and stuff on it, because this road, since it's on this coastline here, is just a constantly shifting mass of like tarmac. So they're constantly having to re-macadamize it because it's a horrible ass road. You can see little patches of it there. That's awesome. But yeah, maybe I'll cruise down. I'm looking around if there's a there's a place called Cabrillo Beach down here that's tide pools and stuff, and there's a very cool old church that's along here called the Wayfarers Chapel, where my parents were remarried at, and I said I was going to get married there, but it was really kind of funky because they had their own, like, oh, you have to use our own priest and our own stuff and our own packages. Like, nah. So I got married at the Ren Fair instead, which was much more fun. And a good time was had by all. A bunch of golf courses and stuff. Well, I'm sure the inhabitants in this area are real happy to see me flying this low. So I think that, no. I know that Marineland basically got torn down, and it sat kind of like dormant for a while. It was like SeaWorld, but they had an orca named Corky that was like the equivalent of Shamu, and I think I've passed it, but it's like all redeveloped and stuff now because there's all these big fancy houses there. This is actually a really neat area just to drive around and see all the houses and see the seashore and everything else. It's very cool. One of the things that was cool at Marineland, they used to have a thing called Baja Reef. It was just like a little snorkel tank. They had different little sections of it, and you could swim through there. They give you a wetsuit and some fins and a snorkel and a mask, and you could cruise around with sharks and stuff in there. The Sea Kings. That's pretty cool. And just about now, LAX is having a shit and going, why are you getting into our restricted airspace? Because they're right up ahead there where it says Redondo Beach. That's pretty much where LAX is. Or up there. There's Torrance. Pretty cool. Wow, this looks cool. What do we got here? Trying to get the other one. Look at the ocean and everything. That's so cool. Yeah, it's kind of static, but hey. Can't really know. Oh, I'm playing this on PS5, a base PS5, so I don't even have the Pro. So this is actually looking pretty good. Nice thing about the beach, you can go with water. And I know that this area around here is like where. Oh boy. A lot of this area around LAX has this kind of shoreline like that. So I always know that's where we're going. There's also a big water treatment plant there called the Hyperion that you don't want to swim in that area. I don't think you want to swim around Manhattan Beach either, or Redondo Beach. Filthy. Okay, some of those buildings look a little mushy. I guess it depends on how much is modeled and how much is actually just, pre-rendered. Okay, so there's a Redondo Pier. It's kind of cool. All right, let's gun it and get some airspeed here. Try and look over and see where LAX is. It should have been back there, I thought. I'm just going off memory from flying around this area and sees. Oh, there's LAX over there. Yeah. Yep. Wait, there's Lawndale. There's Hawthorne. Gardena. Where the hell's LAX? Let's see. Pardon me. I'm being summoned. Why are these worms coming? Ah, look beautiful. I don't know if you're how to sneeze and everything. I don't generally sneeze unless I have a cold or coming down. So, well, I said no. I said I normally don't sneeze unless I'm coming down with cold. And once I'll sneeze, but I haven't sneezed a consistent one. That's usually bad. All right, let's resume this shit. Woohoo! There's LAX right there. Okay, I just thought I was just a little short there. I thought it was before here Manhattan Beach, but yeah. Anyway, there's LAX. Throttle back a little bit. So yeah, right now this would be the FAA is sending out helicopters to shoot you down. And air traffic control is screaming at you, "Get out of our box!" Which, you know, I can't blame them. You know, this is like super restricted airspace. It's like one of the biggest airports in California, on the West Coast. And they was like, usually, as far as you can see, there's usually about like 10 planes all stacked up in the line, coming into land. And they'll take off going out over the ocean and then usually split off whatever direction they're going. Oh, cool. There's those little, I don't know if you've seen the LX thing, but there's like these big green kind of lit panels, like glass panels that are down there. I'm going to do this just because I can. Stuff you would never be able to do in real life. So there's the air traffic control. Oh, and there's the little restaurant. Famous restaurant that's built there. You can see it ahead. It looks like kind of like a spaceship kind of thing. And it's a rotating restaurant. Yeah, there's the LAX. It's a rotating restaurant that they have there. And it's a famous restaurant. They've got all kinds of fancy food and stuff there. I want to take a look at Century Boulevard, which is where all these hotels are located. And there's the little entryway. Usually you see that when you're coming into LAX. Nice little sign to remind you where you're at. Been to many board game conventions all around these places here. These different hotels. I think that's the Radisson. And there's one of the parking structures. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Okay, a little choppy on the frame rate because there's like a bazillion things it's rendering right now, but dude, seriously. I don't know what all that's being built out there. Here's the freeway. That's the 405 there, I do believe. We're flying over the really crappy part. Oh, here's the is the Staples Center? What the hell's the name of that thing now? I don't know. I've seen concerts there before. It's pretty cool. What the hell is that? No, I haven't seen been to the Staples Center. This is not the Staples Center, though, is it? I'm looking for the Forum. There we go. There it is. So that's the Staples Center, and that's the Forum, which I have seen shows and stuff there. The Fabulous Forum. See, it says it right there. The Chase Forum. Okay, well, Chase back. Oh, let's go to downtown Los Angeles. I should see the Hollywood sign somewhere around there. Oh, I'm gonna fly over Griffith Park. See the observatory and stuff. Let's get a little bit of altitude here. Wow, this is running fantastic. There's like Century City over there. So if you've ever seen Los Angeles in a movie or a TV show, it should look pretty familiar to you. I want to see if I can find Lux from from Lucifer, the TV show. It is a real building downtown. I don't know what the name of it is though, or where it's even at. It's probably in the outskirts or something. Five nautical miles. Huntington Park. Ooh. Maybe we'll fly over to Disneyland later. No, that's not it. Oh, is that the Coliseum? USC? I don't think so. Oh yeah, that's the LA Coliseum. Cool. Right over by Crack Hell, which is right behind it. Yep, that's the LA Coliseum, all right, because there's that distinctive tower where the flame was, the Olympic flame, because they built it for the 1936 Olympics, 32 Olympics, something like that. But anyway, yeah, so there it is. There's USC down here. In one of the crappiest neighborhoods known to mankind. Yeah, so like USC and the Coliseum and everything are there, and then there's around it is just all horrible stuff. So here's LA, that's looking pretty good. I would assume so. It's probably a pre-rendered deal. There's a convention center, very nice. And let's see. Wow, this is cool. And there's a whole bunch of stuff there. I don't think that's that. It's that big building they used to show in LA Law all the time. That black building there used to be the Security Pacific building, but it's something different now because Security Pacific Bank has long since gone. They got bought out by Bank of America many years ago. Oh, here's the old City Hall for Los Angeles. They did a pretty good job of restoring it after it was destroyed by the Martians in 1955 or 52, whatever it was, whatever War of the Worlds was. Oh, let's see if we can see. Oh yeah, cool. There's that's the Disney entertainment complex there. That's like they have symphonies and stuff play there. This is so cool. Oh, there's the Amundsen. Very nice. A whirlwind sightseeing tour of Los Angeles. There's the Bonaventure Hotel, which is a big fancy schmancy hotel downtown there. And we used to have fun when I was a kid getting on the elevators are like really fast on it. So what we would do is when we would like hit, we would get to the top and then hit like, you know, the ground level. And then as it was going down, we would jump up and be like, huh? Have like a couple of seconds of like air time. Oh, that might be, the hell was the name of that place? Yeah, there's a little pond down there, and like they used it in the movie, what the hell was that, Volcano, or whatever the hell that was. But, well, let's go see if we can find it. No, there's West Hollywood, okay. I was going to say, let's go check out the Griffith Observatory and the Hollywood sign. There's West Hollywood over there. Glendale, nice area. We could go to like the Glendale Galleria. Tubular. Glendale Galleria was like a big, huge mall back in the 80s. That was like the, you know, the one that set the bar on what a mall is supposed to be. And they had all kinds of hootie booty shops and stuff there. So, all right. If you play Grand Theft Auto 5, a lot of this will look familiar too, just the way it's kind of laid out and everything. Okay, see ya. Let's see, there's Burbank over there. And Toluca Lake. Burbank is the actual Hollywood. That's where like most of the films are actually shot. There's hardly anything in Hollywood anymore. Oh, okay. Oh, that's going to be over where Universal Studios is, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's check that out. There's Toluca Lake up in the hills. Oh, that's the sun there, okay. Just wondering what time of day it was here. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. I remember it well. Let's see, Universal Studios coming up here. That's Mulholland Drive there. All crazy in the hills. Is that Universal Studios? It might be. No, it should be right up ahead here. Universal Studios. Hanna-Barbera used to be down here too, but I don't know if they've since gone out of business or what the heck happened to them. The Cartoon Network. Yep, here's Universal Studios. Cool. Oh wow, that's very nicely detailed. Cool. This maybe isn't the first plane I would think about for going sightseeing, but it's a cool plane. Toluca Lake. Yep, there's Universal Studios off there. Cool. You can see the City Walk and everything there. Oh, look at that, cool. I think that's like the Simpsons stuff. There. That there's this building. It's like oh, I guess it's Comcast now. It's like this big kind of prism-shaped building. It's been there forever, but that was like always a landmark when you see that, and I'm like, oh, there's Universal Studios. Yeah, let's go back to Hollywood. Now, Universal Studios is still an active studio. They actually do shoot movies and stuff there still. And it's kind of funny, they made like, you know, the one in Florida. And I was like, well, that's kind of nice they made a Universal Studios, but I'm sure the neighbors aren't happy about me flying over like this. Beverly Hills, that's where I wanna be. Hey, hey, living in Beverly Hills. Wow, these graphics are really nice, especially for a base PS5. I'm sure the game looks fat on the. Here's West Hollywood. All right, we should be seeing the Hollywood sign here soon. Hawes. Culver City. I can't remember where the friggin' Hollywood sign is. It's in these foothills, I know that. But I think I'm past it. I don't know. You do have to get kind of west of LA though to be able to see it because oh, that's here, Beverly Hills. Oh, there's the Getty. Cool. I believe that's the Getty there. Oh yeah, that's totally the Getty. Which, again, if you've played Grand Theft Auto 5, there's a big shootout at the end with a museum that looks strikingly like the Getty, but isn't the Getty. Alright, so there's the Getty. Where the hell's the Hollywood sign? Not only do I want to find the Hollywood sign, but I also want to see Griffith Observatory. Advertising. Oh, yeah, cool. Oh, so is this Santa Monica? Uh-oh. I'm out of fuel? Oh, no. I think I'm out of fuel. All right, well, we're going to have to make a desperate landing attempt. Letting her down. Oh, I'm out of fuel. Because I couldn't find where the fuel tank... Oh, that's the fuel tank right there. Oh, son of a gun. Oh, wait. I wonder. Is there a switch over? Can we switch the fuel tanks? No, it's altitude. All right, well... We're going to try and put it down. Be nice if I could have put it down on Santa Monica. Oh, hey, look at that. It's a nice big... Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah. Good idea to try and land in downtown LA. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, that hurt. Hey. Any landing you can walk away from. Yes. Because look at that ground. It's all mushed up. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, how things looked like they were like melted by acid. But from the air, it looks pretty good. I'm going to get on my plane. Ha 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 ha. Oh, is the prop all bent to hell? No, it's not. Huh. Hark. Oh, that's the Beverly Center down there. I'll bet you. Well, too bad I'm out of fuel. Stay there. Remember where we parked. Ortho mattresses. Who's this running for mayor? Steve Martin. Looks like Steve Martin. I'm Steve Martin, and I approve of this message. There's Just for Tires right there. Or Just Tires. Excuse me, sir. What do you sell at this store? Just tires. Do you have like pepperoni or anything like that I can pick up? Anchovies? No, just tires. Do you have like a socket wrench or something? No, just tires. Wow. Well, this is the weirdest I've seen the Beverly Center look, or Beverly Hills over here. Yep, Beverly Center. Mm-hmm. Well, that's a bummer I ran out of fuel. And even if I did have fuel, or if I could refuel it, I don't think I could get out from there because I think I'm like stuck. Like my wingtip will hit a building or something. Edible. Edibles. There's Target. Or Target, like a distribution center or whatever. That's pretty cool for, I mean, being a kind of a crummy version of the town. That's kind of neat. I just want to get to the Beverly Center. So we can take a peek. Oh, I definitely want to see Planet Hollywood. Not Planet Hollywood. Hard Rock Cafe is there still. It's on the corner over there. Oh, I should have tried to find Tail of the Pup or something like that. Or Carnies. Carnies. I could go with some Carnies right now. They just do hot dogs and stuff, but they're like, they got all kinds of crazy cool hot dogs. Carnies is good. Their fries are good too. Their fries are kind of like McDonald's fries. As in, they're good when you eat them hot, but they turn to solid crap when they cool off. This looks like a gas station or something. Yeah, there's like the Phillips Pegasus on the side there, the red Pegasus. Ah, there's people driving like assholes in this place. There's Macy's and Beverly Center. Let's see. No, it's so far down. At walking speed. I think there's a way to speed up, but I don't know. That's pretty warped looking. Those would be palm trees in real life, I'm sure. Which is funny that... Oh, there's Old Navy. It's funny that Los Angeles became known for like palm trees and stuff, because the palm tree is not a native plant to Southern California. They import them in from Hawaii or something. But yeah, it is not a native plant. Alright, I'm just going to go down here and see if Hard Rock Cafe is here. If it's not, and I don't remember if Hard Rock Cafe is still there or not in real life. I haven't been to that Hard Rock in 20 years, probably, at least. I'm pretty sure it's down this way. Yeah, because Bloomingdale's is here, and I think it's like right there on the corner, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I haven't been to the Beverly Center in a long time. A masterpiece. I love Lovecraft Country. That's funny. All right, just keep walking. Culver City's over there. Culver City used to have a cool model railroad shop called Allied Trains. And it's kind of sad because that place was huge. And not only did they have trains, they had all different scales. They had the cool brass ones, and the fancy, G scale ones, like Garden Railroads and stuff. And apparently all the movie stars that are actors and stuff that were interested in model trains used to always get their trains there. And then they eventually went out of business because trains are kind of a, dying thing. They're a complete anachronism now, but still people have like trains. But again, one of those things where the internet did it in like brick stores, apparently with everything else. Oh! So kind of a bummer that it went out of business. And then what happened? Because they also had like the Scalextric model, slot cars and stuff. Cool store. They just had everything there. They had all kinds of neat slot cars, trains, and everything else. And then they went out of business, and they said, "Okay, well, we're gonna close for a little while." They were doing a Chapter 11 or something, and they said, "Well, let's see if we can restructure." And then, strangely enough, just before a big auction happened, where they're gonna sell everything off, there was a big fire that burned the whole place to the ground. One says to oneself, as in, I love the cars screeching around and stuff. And the fire and the sirens. That's very typical LA too, though. People driving around like assholes and stuff. Well, I don't see Hard Rock Cafe. It might be over here. I'm going to check it. If not, then fui. Let's see. Alright, well, I seem to remember that it was on that corner there, which I didn't see it. It might have been that orange blob of stuff on the corner. I don't know what this wrecked building is. So, okay. So some of the stuff in Los Angeles area or Southern California looks like that still. A lot of it looks like it's pre-rendered. Flying over Palo Verde Peninsula looked really pretty. Long Beach Airport looked pretty. Of course, I guess they probably render a lot of the big airports around. Little one-strip type ones, probably not. But It's interesting just walking around, seeing what's going on here. And I suppose I'll have to like key bind a bunch of the controls, like the flaps and throttle and stuff like that. Actually, I don't mind so much about the flaps, because I mean, you just put the flaps down when you're landing or bring them up. That shouldn't be a big issue, but you want to have good throttle control and stick when you're landing, because that's how you do that. You glide in and use your stick to kind of control the nose for your pitch, and then your attitude, and you use the throttle for your altitude, which is opposite when you're normally flying, but when you're gliding in, that's what you want to do. This looks like a very specific building that's there, but it also looks destroyed. It was destroyed. I knew I should have fueled up before I left at Long Beach. It's like fuel all the wings. Because I wasn't flying very long. It was like, I don't know, hour or something? Half hour? The plane's got better range than that. I know it does. So yeah, there's a place, oh, this is just Macy's again on the corner. There's a place in Texas, down in Texas. There's a group called the Commemorative Air Force. I believe they used to be called the Confederate Air Force. But since that's sort of fallen out of favor nowadays, they've gone with Commemorative Air Force, which is more appropriate because they are commemorative planes. And they fly a bunch of old warplanes and stuff. I think they got a B-17 and a bunch of other old planes like that. And you can, when they come to your town, you can usually buy a ride on the planes. So they have an AT-6 Texan, and I want to ride on it. Granted, it's about $450 or something, $400 to ride on it. But I mean, how often are you gonna get a chance like that? There's a bunch of crazy commercials. Oh yeah. So in real life, there's like a big crazy window there, and like the escalators going up, and that's where you could see that. And I'm pretty sure that's where Hard Rock Cafe was on the corner. So I don't know if they're there anymore or not, because I heard they closed a lot of them for some reason. But so I just go back to my plane. Yeah. Now I wonder if I can just refuel my plane and go from here and give it a shot. Maybe. Come on. I want to do that. Oh, maybe because, I don't know, maybe because my plane's dead. I don't know. Anyway, it looks like a good place to stop it here because I can't take off. But there we go.